Hey everyone, and welcome. So, have you ever finished a long day staring at screens and felt like your eyes have just run a marathon? Yeah, me too. If that sounds familiar, then you're in the right place, because we're about to dive into a survival guide for our digital world and take on that enemy we all know too well, digital eye strain.
I mean, think about it. You've been grinding away at work, maybe scrolling through social media, or getting lost in a game. And by the time you're done, your eyes just feel fried, right? A little tired, a little blurry, maybe even a bit scratchy. If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are not the only one.
So what is that feeling? That screen burn that just seems like a normal part of life now? Well, guess what? It's got a name, and actually knowing what it is, that's the first step to beating it.
Okay, so the official name for this is digital eye strain. You might also hear it called computer vision syndrome, or CVS. And it's not just one thing. It's a whole bunch of eye and vision problems that creep up after you've been glued to a digital screen for too long. And yep, it is a very real, recognized condition.
And the symptoms? Oh, they're probably things you just brush off. You know, that feeling of tired, achy eyes. Maybe they're super dry one minute and watery the next. Your vision gets a little blurry, you get those annoying headaches right around your forehead, and it can even cause neck and shoulder pain. If you're taking any of these boxes, chances are you're dealing with computer vision syndrome.
All right, but why? Why do these amazing glowing rectangles that we kind of can't live without seem to wage a war on our eyeballs? It's a great question, and to figure out how to fix it, we've got to get into the science of what's actually going on.
The bottom line is, our eyes just were not built for this. Seriously, they evolved for a totally different world, a world of looking out at the horizon, not staring at tiny pixels just inches from our face. And there are really two main culprits behind all this strain our modern life is causing.
First up, blinking, or more like our lack of blinking. Think about this. Normally, you and I blink about 10 to 15 times a minute. It's totally automatic. But the second we focus on a screen, that number just tanks. It drops to just 3 to 5 times a minute. No wonder our eyes get so dry and scratchy. We're literally forgetting to give them that moisture they need.
And then there's this beast, accommodative spasm. It sounds intense, right? But think of it like this. It's basically a muscle cramp, but in your eye. When you stare at your phone or laptop for hours, the tiny muscle that helps you focus gets locked into that up-close position. So when you finally look up at something far away, everything's blurry for a second. That's a real physical spasm happening, and it's a big reason for those headaches.
Okay, so we're not blinking, and our eye muscles are basically getting stuck. That's a huge part of it. But there's one more piece to this puzzle, and that's the light itself.
Yeah, it turns out not all light is created equal. The light coming from our screens, that infamous blue light, has a shorter, much higher energy wavelength. Think of it like the difference between a long, gentle wave rolling into shore and a short, choppy one. That choppy, high-energy light scatters more when it enters your eye, which forces your eye to work way harder to focus. And all that extra work, it leads directly to eye fatigue.
All right, enough doom and gloom about the problem. Let's get to the good stuff, the solutions. And first up, we're going to talk about the gear, the actual tools you can use to start fighting back.
So when you hear computer glasses, you're usually talking about one of two things. On one hand, you've got the older style, the yellow-tinted lenses. Some people swear they help with glare, but honestly, the science on their effectiveness is a bit shaky. The much newer and proven tech is what's called blue control lenses. These are specifically engineered to filter out a portion of that high-energy blue light we were just talking about.
So if you're thinking about getting a pair, don't just grab any old thing off the shelf. Here's what you want to look for. First, make sure they filter a decent amount of blue light. Somewhere in the 30 to 65% range is a good sweet spot. Absolutely crucial is an anti-reflective or AR coating. That's what's going to slash all that annoying glare. And of course, if you already wear glasses, make sure you can get them made with your prescription.
But look, buying new gear is only part of the solution. Honestly, some of the most powerful changes you can make are totally free. It's all about building better habits. So let's dive into the simple things you can start doing, like right now.
Okay, listen up. If you only remember one thing from this entire explainer, please let it be this. It's called the 20-20-20 rule, and it's an absolute game changer. It's so simple. Every 20 minutes, just stop what you're doing, look at something that's about 20 feet away, and just stare at it for 20 seconds. That's it. It's like a mini meditation for your eye muscles, letting them finally relax and reset.
Your actual workspace setup plays a massive role too. Here are some quick wins. Your screen should be about an arm's length away. Just sit back and reach out. That's your spot. Make sure the top of the monitor is at or just a little below your eye level. That'll save your neck. And here's a big one. Try to match your screen's brightness to the light in your room. If the screen looks like a light source, it's too bright. Oh, and for real, don't be afraid to bump up that font size. Your eyes will thank you.
Okay, so we've covered a lot, right? The science behind the strain, the gear you can get, and the habits you can build. Now let's pull it all together into a clear, simple plan to save your eyes in this crazy digital world.
So, are computer glasses right for you? It really depends. You got to ask yourself a few things. First, how much screen time are we talking about? 2 hours? 8 hours? More? And what's your environment like? Are you under harsh office lights? And of course, do you already have a prescription? Thinking through these factors will really help you decide if it's a worthwhile investment for you. All right, let's wrap this up. If we boil everything down, it comes to 3 main things. Number 1, live by the 20-20-20 rule. Seriously, set a timer. Your eyes need those breaks. Number 2, make a conscious effort to blink more often. And drink plenty of water. It sounds too simple, but it makes a huge difference for dryness. And number 3, tweak your gear. Adjust your screen settings. And if you're a heavy screen user, really consider getting a good pair of blue light filtering glasses.
You know, at the end of the day, our screens aren't going anywhere. They're how we work, how we learn, how we connect. They're our window to the world, and you only get one pair of eyes to look through that window. So the question I want to leave you with is, how are you going to protect the view? Thanks for tuning in.